What's going on, y'all? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Listen. Okay, so I know what I had said, right? I said I was going live every day last and it was busy. I planned an entire graduation dinner for my family. And then I went out of town. There was just a bunch going on. So listen, if you're here, say, hey, what's up? Let me know that you're here. Let's have this conversation. I've got some great news for you. I wanted to give you an inside look of what the Sam Hill. I want to give you all an inside look of teaching textbooks so you can see what it looks like on the inside. But I also wanted to announce that they are an official sponsor of the Tailor Made HVC 2022. And with that, they have offered to give away two enrollments for their program, which is absolutely amazing, right? So I'm going to give you guys an inside look. You're going to actually look at my child's stuff, and you can ask whatever questions that you need to ask. Hey, Gayton, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're doing okay. If you can, everybody do me a favor, please share, share, share. Let's get some people in the room. Honestly, what I'm doing is what people are asking for, but I need people to show up, right? I need people to be here. I need people to do the darn thing. So if you're coming in, say, hey, what's up? Let me know that you're here. If you're in the comments, if you can just throw me a heart, a fire, or something so that I know that you're there. But we are going to go inside teaching textbooks so you can see what it is. And some different things that it provides. I'm not gonna lie to you. You guys know that I have like been ride or die for Learn Math Fast for years since we started homeschooling. And I still love Learn Math Fast. Let me just get that correct, okay? I still love Learn Math Fast. The difference came, what made us shift this year from math was that instead of my kids reading the book and doing the lesson on their own, they wanted someone to actually teach it to them. And y'all know your girl, she can add, she can subtract, divide, all that stuff, but you know, all that other stuff. When it gets um so anyway, knowing that, I choose to outsource it. So what I will do is I will just answer whatever question you have concerning teaching textbooks. I'm still ride or die for Learn Math Fast. They're amazing books. They brought us a long way throughout our homeschooling journey. Teaching textbooks has brought us even further and made it easier for all of us and everyone involved, including grading and all that stuff. So it's a whole big thing. So I'm going to give you a inside look. Let me look at the comments real quick, okay? Hey, Bongo. Hey, I love teaching textbooks, but I think a bit of reinforcement is needed. Practice, practice, practice. Yeah, I would agree with that. And the reason why I would say that is correct is because the way that teaching textbooks does it is that it teaches the lesson. So there's a video that shows the lesson, and then there's a worksheet, right? And they move on to a lesson that coincides with the previous lesson, but they move on. And so for us, it is better for us to do the video lesson. We'll do the actual worksheet that they have, and if they're struggling, then we'll do added worksheets that I'll find online. So I completely agree with that, Bongo. You're absolutely correct. Hey, Natisha. Hey, girl. Hey. Can you elaborate on Learn Math Fast as well? So, Bongo, I can elaborate on Learn Math Fast. And I guess I'll have to do that on a later post. And the only reason why is because I solely want to give you guys an inside look of teaching textbooks. I do have some videos on my Learn Math Fast and inside look and why I love it so much. My YouTube is the same name, Sean the Homeschool Guru. So you can go on there if you want to see that. But I definitely will elaborate, just not in this particular video, because they have opted to be an official sponsor for the conference, and they are doing some giveaways. And so I want to give them their space and their time, right? So I will respect that, but I will definitely eventually do another video on Learn Math Fast. But if you want to see something immediately, if you go to YouTube, in my YouTube channel, Sean the Homeschool Guru, there is a inside look on Learn Math Fast. Okay. Is there an age gap for I'm not sure what you're to elaborate on that for me, okay? Because I want to make sure that I'm understanding the question that you're asking. Still looking into teaching textbooks for my. Oh, okay. So, Gaten, this is the perfect time for you to be here, okay? Because we're gonna open it up. We're gonna go into my son's stuff, and then I'm going to tell you how we use it as a family, and then I'm gonna give you some of the great things that teaching textbooks have. Really love about it. One of the biggest options that I love about it, though, actually, there's two. Uh, I'm lying. Actually, there's three. My favorite one, more than anything else, is that so it's a minimal fee. Like I know it's like depending upon what age group, it can be $50 to $70, but you pay that for 1 year for one enrollment. Like you don't have a subscription, you don't have to pay it monthly, you don't have to do all that, right? So basically, you pay you pay for that year, that enrollment, and you got it for the entire year to finish the actual course. And so even if you're like somebody like us, you can where we do one I'm sorry, we do 6 weeks on and 1 week off. You can work through it through those 6 weeks. And then if you need to pause the enrollment in the meantime and then come back to it later on, say you're having a family crisis or you're trying to move on to something or something is going on, you can pause the enrollment and then restart it again, and it won't cost you more money to do that. So it's not a subscription. You're not paying multiple prices. You're not paying every month, anything like that. It's one fee. So that's one thing that I love about it. The second thing that I love about it more than anything else is that they offer a large family discount. Of my head, it is 4 and above, if I remember correctly. And let me look at my notes, y'all. I took notes because my brain, the way my brain works. But 4 and above. And so you will pay instead of paying $50 to $60 or $50 to $70 for every single enrollment. So say you have 5 kids, right? And let your girl do the math. That's $250. You would pay, one lump fee, and I think it's like $100 or $150 for all 5 students. And so that to me is a blessing. That means that they understand the homeschooling community. They understand what we need. They understand that money is tight. They understand that a lot of us, in order to homeschool our kids, have sacrificed a career. And so our financial situation may not be as giving, like we're typically on a really tight budget when it comes to stuff like that because we have sacrificed so much to educate our children at home. And so that's one of the things that I love about it more than anything else. Now, the top dog, the number one thing that I absolutely love about, and you have an enrollment, there is a line or phone number that you can call and ask for tutoring. You get put in a queue, and the teacher or the tutor will give you a call back. Now, being honest with you, I think my daughter has, because she was in the higher level maths, right? So she has had to call them a total of 3 times, and she was on the phone with them maybe no more than 5 or 10 minutes. Understood what the problem was, what she was missing. And what happened was she would call them in the morning before she went to work and be concerned that she wouldn't hear back from them for 4 or 5 hours because it's a queue, right? It's, thinking like business wise, it's a queue. But what would happen? Help her to do the tutoring over the phone. So, and typically it was around that 30-minute mark. So she would get in the queue to ask a question, and they would give her a call back within that 30 minutes and a half, an hour and a half window. And it was amazing. It was perfect. One of the things was that I love too, this particular tutor, I don't remember her name, but my daughter felt really discouraged because she kept getting one particular thing wrong, and it was affecting her in the other lessons. Because one thing that teaching textbooks does is that it'll teach you the lesson, but before you move on to the lesson, it'll give you review questions from previous lessons. So it'll say this question is a review from lesson 21, this question is a review from lesson 1, something like that. And so what was happening was that this particular area, she kept missing it, but she was still passing the lesson, and bypassing it. And so she called the tutoring line, and they called her back, and the tutor gave her so much encouragement. Like the tutor was like, listen, this is me paraphrasing, right? The tutor was like, listen, basically what it sounds like is that you're moving too fast. You're trying to get it over with and done with, maybe because you don't like it or whatever the case may be. But if you slow down, you've got it. Like, the tutor was extremely encouraging to her. Like, I know it's difficult, I know it's hard, but here's some of the things that you need to do that's going to help you. And within 5 or 10 minutes, she completely understood the concept and didn't have any issues with it anymore. So that particular thing is a blessing. The tutoring thing is a blessing. Okay. To answer some of your questions as well, I'll get back to the comments, but there are no textbooks. Okay. There are no CDs or anything like that. You'll see it's on my desktop, my computer, when we get to it. So we're going to dive into it. I'm going to go through the comments real quick that I have right now. Go ahead. If you have a question, ask. I think, Lourdes, I'm waiting on you to respond, and I think I see that. So I will answer these questions, and then we're going to actually dive into it and go look. I'm going to open up Mason's math, and I'm going to walk you through it, walk you through what he does, walk you through how we use it, walk you through the back end so you can see what I see as the parent, the teacher, quote, as the teacher, as the teacher, what I see. Okay, so I'm going to go through the comments. You guys are more than welcome to ask whatever you have. Okay, let's see. Oh, another thing too, something to mention about teaching textbooks. They do have a free trial. So they have 15 lesson free trial. So if you're interested in it, if you're thinking about doing it, my suggestion to you is to go ahead and allow the kids to try it out, okay? And see if they like it. That's what we do. We do that all the time. We ask for sample lessons, all that kind of stuff, okay? You're welcome, Bongo. Lourdes, yes, it is good for high schoolers. My high schoolers, so I have two. Well, now I only have one because one graduated this year, but they both were using the program in whatever respective level that they needed to do it on or whatever. And what I will say is my daughter did extremely well. Deuce struggled a little bit, so it took a little bit more one-on-one time, and not because the curriculum was an issue, but because he needed the extra help. And so that's what I'll say. But yes, it is a good curriculum for high schoolers. Absolutely a good curriculum for them. Okay. Hey, Lanisa. Hey, girl. The curriculum goes all the way up to pre-calculus, if I'm not mistaken. You are correct. It goes all the way up to high school math. Okay. So you're absolutely correct on that. Hey, Zarina. Come on in here, John Flemings. That's awesome, having a tutor. Yes, the tutoring thing is amazing, y'all. And I'm not gonna lie, I keep telling y'all, your girl, she ain't what that is when it comes to math. Like, when it gets to higher level math, we get past fractions, your girl ain't it. And so it was a blessing for me to be able to have access to someone that could say, hey, here is what's going on, here's the problem, and here's how you fix the problem. Because I couldn't. I mean, when we were doing Learn Math Fast books, and I might be able to show you, where's my spiral? I might be able to show you when we were doing Learn Math Fast books, y'all, before my daughter was doing her math lessons, I was actually doing them for her. Let me see if I can find one of the sheets, like taking notes. I don't know if I can find it, but like actually like doing math, y'all, like really doing, yep, here it is. You can't see, okay, because it's white, but there's my notes, okay, to help my daughter with math. I was actually doing the lesson before her to make sure that she understood it, y'all. And I mean notes, like it's not just look, and y'all, I'm a little OCD-ish, so you see the colors and everything's kind of lined up, but that's one page, right? And then there's a page on the back, right? And then there's a page here. Let's see. Yeah, y'all, I was literally doing the work before she did it because I knew that she was going to have a question and I knew that I was going to have to answer it. And teaching textbooks completely eliminated that for me. Like I was in panic mode, y'all. I felt like I was back in school, taking notes and all that stuff. Okay, let's see. Hey, Arlene, I'm on the. Okay. All right, guys, and I apologize if my internet is going in and out. My kids, of course, are off of school. right now. They are playing the video game. Like everybody's home right now. And I think everybody's kind of connected to the internet. So that may be an issue. If it gets too bad, I will just have them log off and get off of there. I don't know what's going on. But let's go ahead. Let's go on the inside look, okay? Let's see. So we're going to go here. All right. Okay, so this is, okay, so I have logged on. This is Mason's account. I have actually logged into his account. Do me a favor, if you can, in the comments, give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can see the screen that I shared. So I'm not doing all this talking and then I miss it, okay? Just give me a thumbs up in the comments and let me know that you can see what I'm showing you, okay? Thumbs up, either way, it doesn't matter. Just some way to let me know. Hey, Denny. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Jada. Thank y'all so much. Okay. Hey, Denny. Hey, Nathalie. Okay, so here we are with teaching textbooks. Okay, so this is Mason's account that we are logged into. I actually put in my password. And did I put in my password? Lord have mercy. Did I open his up or mine? So there's, okay, so each child has a account, their own enrollment or account or whatever to log into. And then I have a parent account. And I can't remember if I used his or if I used mine, but we just gonna go with it, okay? So I believe I went to his. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go back to what we was doing. Hold on, y'all. Okay, we're gonna go into Mason. Oh, see, I hadn't even logged in. I thought I did. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I hope I remember his password. I did. There it is back there. Okay. Ciao. Anywho, okay, so Mason logs into his account, okay, and this is how it pulls up. He has the option to look at the ebook right here if he wants to do that. So instead of watching the video lessons, he can go into here and he can look at the actual book version of what he's doing, okay? So let's just go here, okay? So we'll go here, and here's the actual, like a workbook is what we're looking at, okay? All right. So versus the actual video, this is what he's doing, okay? So it's an actual workbook, okay? It has the actual, like the actual class. It's got all of that for you, okay? And then it has the practice things that you do previous to it, before it. And then it also has the actual worksheet that you need to do. And on average, there's probably, I would say, anywhere from 19 to 22 questions on the actual worksheet. It's not too bad, but as they get older, it can be a little bit more daunting, but it's not too bad, okay? So we'll go back from there. So that's the actual ebook, okay? This is the work on the lesson. Every day he comes in, he clicks this, okay? And it automatically, I have it locked so he can't bypass any lesson that he hasn't completed. And part of the reason too, I wanted to tell you as well that we're only on lesson 88 for him is because we started using teaching textbook maybe about maybe halfway through fall. We started using it. We were still using Learn Math Fast and the kids wanted something else. And so we went to something else. So although he's on level or lesson 88 right now, he's actually done way more than that. Okay. So I'm going to go to a previous lesson and it's just like a book, right? It's actually like a textbook. So he can flip the pages. Okay. And go to the lesson that he completed beforehand. Okay. The quizzes, all that. So we're just going to flip the pages. I'm going to go to a lesson. Let me find a lesson where he got something wrong. There we go. We'll do that. Okay, here's a quiz. You know what? Nope, let's do something else. So basically, I'm just scrolling through the thing, okay? I'll click view the lesson. Okay.
Practice 8. You need to divide 3 1/3 by 3 halves.
Okay, so it started talking immediately about the list. But basically what happens is when you come into it, and maybe that's what I should have done. Let's do that. Let's go back. I should have went to the lesson that he was in. Okay, let's view this lesson.
Lesson 88, finding a percent of a big number. You know that percent means how many out of 100. That means if there are 100 people in the room and 4% are from Texas, then there have to be 4 people from Texas. But what if there were 200 people in the room? What's 4% of 200? Well, think about it. That's 4 for every 100 people. So it's 4 plus 4, which is the same as 8. Or you could do it as 4 times 2. Either way, the answer comes out to 8. So there must be 8 people from Texas. That's an example of how percents can be used even when there are more than 100 things. And the amounts can get bigger and bigger. What if there were 300 people in the room? What's 4% of 3?
Okay.
Practice A.
So basically, I just showed you a part of the lesson. So it goes through and it teaches the lesson. And then as you're doing the lesson, it actually has a problem that you can solve together, as like it'll ask you a question. What is 20% of blah, blah, blah? And you'll have to enter it in. So it'll actually do the steps for you. Okay. And then he can go through here and enter this in. Now I will show you. This is the lesson that we're working on, lesson 88. This is the lecture. We just watched part of that. So that's the actual lecture, it being taught. And then right here are the questions that I was speaking of when I say it reverts back to a previous lesson. So you'll have practice A, practice B, C, D, E. They don't have to complete these. It's up to you. I make my kids complete it just as to help them memorize or remember what it is that they've learned. And let's see if I can look at it. There you go.
You need to multiply.
So this is one of those practice questions. Multiply the pair of numbers right here, and then it says first taught in lesson 70. Okay, so it does revert and go back to previous lessons. Okay, and then as you go through, you can go through all the way down to the problem, and it has the actual problem. Round the decimal below to a whole number. Okay, and here's another problem. First taught in lesson 84. So it's not just like they're teaching the lesson. They do go back. They do revert to whatever it is that they need to do. Another great, helpful thing, amazing thing is there is a scratch pad. So say, for instance, your child needs to work this. They can't do it in their head, or they don't want to get a piece of paper. They can log onto the scratch pad and do whatever they need to do to solve the problem. And then once they're doing that, they click this answer on thing, and they can still see their work that they just did right here in this area, and then type the answer in and complete it. Okay. And so that's another good thing about it. So it's all inside of the actual software. Okay. Something fun for the kids are the wallpapers. You know, my boy is big on sports, so he changed his to baseball. But there's different wallpapers that they can use, animated, all that kind of animated buddies, all that kind of stuff. And so my kid, they enjoy that. I leave that as a part of it. Unless they're getting entirely too distracted, then I can actually turn it off into the parent controls so they're not able to do that. So we'll do that. Okay, so this is what Mason can do. Now, another thing is Mason also has access to look at his grades. Okay, so he can go back to here and view the grade book, and we'll be able to determine. It grades everything for you and puts it in an actual grade book for you. So on lesson 1, when he started, let's go further down. Okay, so the C means that they completed the lesson. There was a total of 22 problems. He completed 22. He got 22 correct, 100%, and he did it on the 8th. And we can view it if we need to. Okay, so we can go back and see how he answered and what he did for each lesson. Okay, so it grades everything for you. And all I do is transfer this to Homeschool Manager, which is another official sponsor of the conference. But all I do is take the grade, and here's the grade right here. Overall course average 95%. And then I go through and take that off and put it in Homeschool Manager and put it on his report card. But it does everything for you as far as that's concerned. Now, I like this lesson right here. I will show you how we use this as well. So the kids get on Mondays are review days for us. Okay. And so with that being said, what happens is the kids do their assignment, their math assignment, Tuesday through Friday. So every day they do a math assignment. On Mondays, we go back and we review the lessons from last week. So say, for instance, this was an entire week. So let's say, let's go down here. Quiz 10. Okay. Quiz 10, there's 24 questions. He got 19 correct. His percentage was 79%. The day before, he got 95%. So what I am doing for him in this instance is we are actually going over it. So I'm going to go inside of this lesson and I'm going to find the answers that he got incorrect, and him and I are going to work with them together. We're going to sit together at the desk and we're going to work through it to see what he missed and what he had done incorrectly. And another thing that we do too during that period, and we do this every Monday, another way that we do that to help is I use OneNote. Okay, and so I'm going to pull up OneNote for you. Let's see. Let me get back where I was so I can show you my OneNote. Okay. So here is the OneNote, okay? And if you're commenting, asking questions, keep asking. I will go back through and answer those in a second. But this is Microsoft OneNote. And basically this gives them, we take notes on whatever it is. So this is Mason's math notebook. And anything that he struggled with, had an issue with, couldn't quite remember, anything like that, on those Mondays where we review them, we go through and create our own notes. And again, y'all, I've explained to you that I like things to look a certain way. And so as you can see, mine are they're really uniform. They really look very organized because that's just the way that my brain functions when I'm trying to do stuff. And so here are some of the things that he struggled with over the last few months. This one was fractions, the different steps to take when he's doing whatever it is, whether it's dividing them or converting them into a fraction or into a decimal, multiplying, the least common multiple or the greatest common factor, like all of that, right? So we went through and created notes for all of that. And then right here, decimal value, he kind of struggled with that. It had been a while since we did it. And for some reason, it was jacking him up when it came to the tenths and the hundredths. He couldn't tell the difference between tens and hundreds. So we had to go back and do this. So I created that for him in one place and just pasted it there. Dividing decimals, all that good stuff. And it gives him the steps. And what I do is I send this to their email, or they have access to it via their email. So whenever they're doing their math assignments, if they have questions, they are able to open it up and, go through the notes that we actually created together on Microsoft OneNote. Okay. And this is OneNote, but honestly, you could do this in Google Docs or Google Sheets. You could create the same type of notes, give them a link that they can access when they need to get to it, and go from there. And change. What I would say is, because kids are kids, I always lock up this stuff so they can't make changes to it. But they do have access to see it and do, look at whatever they need to look at. Okay. So this is how we use teaching textbooks. And I did all of that for both of my boys, my 15-year-old and my 12-year-old. My daughter, not so much. She had to reach out to the other the tutor, because your girl, she wasn't it. She couldn't do it. Okay. So we're going to stop sharing that. And then I'm going to go back to the screen. Okay. I'm going to go back to the actual teaching textbooks. Okay. So this is the actual grade book. And it says again that he has 5 months and 6 days to complete it. So he can complete it over the summer. Right now we're on break. And so I'm not really concerned about it. We'll pick back up where we left off. Again, here's the wallpaper change. They can change the animated buddies. They can change the paper. Okay. This program also offers hints, the hint sound, which is irritating to me. I almost ask every single time, like, what the heck is that? What is that noise? But say they are working on math and they're struggling and they need a hint. Some questions provide a hint and it sends like a little noise, like that's usually Mason's. Mason's is usually this. And so if there's there's different options if they need help. Okay. So we'll do that. So that's a grade book. And then there's a sticker book. And again, all this stuff is fun. It's fun for them to do. I leave it on for him, but I don't have to. If they're not doing what they're supposed to do, I will turn it off in a minute. So this is Mason's side. Okay. This is what he sees. So let me log out of here and then I will go to my side. Now, another great thing about this is that it's software on the computer. So it's not a book. There are apps you can download it. So I have it downloaded on our iPad. I have it downloaded on their phone. Some of you know that Deuce goes to a specialist a couple times a month. And that process in loan, it takes us like 30 or 40 minutes to get there. Then we're there for about 45 minutes to an hour. Then we have to drive back. And so since it's such a large chunk of our day, we tend to take our schoolwork with us. And so I will take our iPad and he will use the app to do his math and stuff like that when we're in the car or whatever the case may be. So let me log on to my end. Hopefully I can remember my password. Blessings. Oh, you know what, y'all? I had to change my password. I had to change my password because, okay, so here's the thing. And I don't remember it right now. I'm going to have to think about it. I had to change my password because for our school stuff, I use the same password, y'all. And I found out somebody was in there doing some stuff on my end that they weren't supposed to do. And so I had to change the password. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can log on to the website. So this is the software, but let me see if I can log on to the website. You guys are more than welcome to ask questions while I do that. I'm not sure what my login is, so I'm not going to do it while y'all are on here. Let me see if I can get it first, okay? But you're more than welcome to ask questions. Now, they are an official sponsor. Ooh, yeah, y'all. I don't know. Ooh, y'all, I don't know my password. Y'all are more than welcome to ask any questions when it comes to. Oh, I found it. Okay, I got it. Y'all, kids be trying you. They be trying. And I really wanted to be honest with y'all on that because I know y'all think I have it all together. Like my kids are amazing. I don't go through that stuff. Child, my kids do the exact same things that your kids do. They're kids, right? They're kids. And so they are going to take advantage and do things that they're not supposed to because they're kids, right? So here it is, okay? So here we are. This is the parent portal, okay? I can get into, and that's what it was, y'all. I thought, I'm gonna have to whisper. I believe one of them was going into this part right here, which is the answer key in the ebook. And so I ended up changing my password to see if that was true. And it may have been true. I don't know for 100%, but I had to change my password completely so that they couldn't get into it. Okay. So here's the parent side. Okay, y'all. Kids be kidding. Okay. Okay. So here's the grade book, and it's going to look the same thing like Mason's. Okay, a little bit different. So here's Mason's grade book all the way up to the top. The lesson, how many problems answered, the number correct, the percentage, the last work done, and then grade on each problem. So I can actually look at each problem. This right here is on my side. It looks similar to Mason's side, but the difference is that right here, it shows that it's completed. But right here, this D allows me the opportunity to delete the lesson if I want to. And so what happens is there have been times, being very honest with you, that my kids have rushed through lessons and I know that they didn't put forth an effort, and I'll see their grade on their assignment and it's like a 60, right? Like it's terrible. And so when I see that, I will delete the assignment and make them go back and redo it. Most times, not all times. Sometimes I'll let them like suffer with it and it dropped their grade because they shouldn't have done it in the first place. But like, for instance, this one right here, I would not delete it. It's a 73. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't his normal. But anything else, I would probably, make them redo it as far as that's concerned. Okay. So here is the actual grade book from my point of view. Okay. And again, it tells you what he got right. Okay. And you can cancel it out. You can delete it or you can change it if you want to. I don't do any of that. What they got is what they got, right? I want it to be honest and true. Okay. So there's the grade book. This is from the parent portal side. Okay. So we'll go here and I can print that as well. Okay. Now, change the student settings. This is a blessing as well. Okay. So what I can do is, so like the hints, I can turn the hints on. I can show the quizzes. And then again, here's that animated and sound effects thing. Animation. I can remove that if I want to. allowing regular assignments, second chances. I can remove that. I can allow them quizzes, all that stuff. Allow the scratch pad. I have control to stop that from happening or keep it from going, or keep it happening. Okay. Here, right here, where it says each lesson must be completed before moving on. That is my preference. Because I don't want my kids to skip around. It's very apparent that teaching textbooks has a system as to the way that they're teaching their lessons. And so for me, it's important that they complete the previous lesson before they move on. So I have that turned on. Typically, I only allow them to complete one lesson per day, but most recently, the kids have been wanting to get ahead of schedule, and so I did change that. But say, for instance, you only wanted your child to complete one math lesson a day, you could pick that, or 2 lessons a day, you could do that, or 3 lessons a day. And it's not a like, ooh, they must complete 3 lessons a day. They can complete up to 3 lessons a day, so they can do one day, one day, 2 the next day. But my kids were trying to get ahead, and so I changed that for them. I did not put a limit unlimited because I didn't want them to get careless with their work after trying to complete so many in a short period of time. Okay. So again, this is the parent portal side of things, of the teaching textbook. Okay. Okay. All right. And then here are the answers. Okay. So it's an actual answer book. The quizzes, everything, the tests are in here, and it answers the questions, gives you the answers and all that stuff to it. But again, I didn't believe, you know what, I'm not sure what happened. So let me just stop saying that. We're just going to stop saying that. Okay. But something was strange. So here are the lessons, and then here are the answer keys. So it gives the actual answers to each worksheet. Okay. If y'all are in the comments, I will come back through and answer. Let's see. Hey, Heather, thank you for joining me. Hey, Denny, I think I said hey, but I'm going to say hey again, girl. Hey, Nathalie, she said ignore my kid, or ignore my emoji, my kid. You're okay. Hey, Emily. Hey, Delisha. Hey, Roxanne. Oh, hey, Roxanne, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Delilah. Bongo says, was the content in pre-calculus sufficient or acing standardized test? Yes, it was. Yes, it was very sufficient. But what I did also, when it came down to doing standardized testing, we actually went to our local library. Their website has a study like thing that you can go to study for the ACT, the SAT, the TSI, all those things. So we went through that. So she had this work to do, but then we also went and did that on the side. Okay. Hey, Destiny girl. That's what we're doing as far as that. Okay. Manage courses. Okay. So this is what I was telling you about pausing the enrollments. It tells me how long they have to do whatever it is they have to do. So 4 months here, 5 months there, 5 months and 5 days. I can click to pause it. And when I click it to pause it, they will still, like Mason will still have 3 months to complete this particular enrollment. Okay. So I can pause all of them. I can pause one of them, whatever I can do 2, whatever I want to do. But wherever I pause it, they still have that time left over to complete it. Okay. So again, it doesn't change. That doesn't change. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. I am in the comments. I'm trying to remember some things that I need for you guys to know, right? We talked about the family plan, all of that, the large family discount. We talked about that. We talked about the free discount. We talked about the convenience of it, right? Me using it. Like I said, we have to drive. My hair is getting on my nerves. It looks weird. I'm sorry, y'all. We have to drive 30 to 40 minutes to get Deuce to his doctor's appointment, and then we're 30 to 45 minutes there, and then 30 to 45 minutes back. And that's a good chunk of time during our day. And so the way that we solve that is by having it on the iPad, all that kind of stuff to do that. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? And I'm also finding out, which I did not know, is that there are supplemental lessons or supplemental lessons for the algebra and the algebra 1 and pre-algebra stuff. which is great. I think that's something, though, if I remember correctly in one of our meetings, that this is something that they are going to be working on doing for the other lessons. But right now, it's only for pre-algebra and algebra, the supplemental lessons. Another thing, too, is say, for instance, you can't get access, like you don't have the internet or something to that effect. You can do up to 6 lessons online. Okay. So say like right now you can't access it for whatever reason, you can do 6 lessons offline and it won't, affect, or whatever the case may be. There are placement tests. Okay. So go online, teachingtextbooks.com. They do have placement tests to see where you can start. And then they also have the 15 lesson trial. Okay. So you can go on and determine where your child should be in their actual program. Okay. Now, again, I have said this before, but we are blessed. They have decided to give away 2 enrollments during the HVC 2022. And basically what that is you get the math for the year. Okay. And so I don't have a discount code. I'm sorry, Stacy. I don't have a discount code for this particular thing. But what I will say to you is that the price of teaching textbooks is about the price of 1 book of Learn Math Fast. And you only have to pay that once for teaching textbooks. And again, teaching textbooks is my dog. I'm not dogging them in any kind of way. They're great. It's just that my kids wanted something different this year, and we'll continue to use teaching textbooks next year, but I still have all of Learn Math Fast books. So maybe we'll use it for supplemental stuff as an option as far as that's concerned. But this is amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. When I reached out to them and they wanted to commit to giving away 2 enrollments, I was absolutely shocked and blessed and amazed that they even were willing to do that. But they are willing to give away 2 enrollments in the conference. And so the conference tickets will go on sale this weekend. I'm excited, y'all. Y'all don't know, this has been a labor of love. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Every time I fix something, I feel like it breaks when it comes to the conference. But I'm working hard to present you with some great speakers, experts, all that good stuff. But they are absolutely amazing. That it's just the fact that they are choosing to be a part of the conference. And so I wanted to give you an inside look so you knew what you were looking at. Do me a favor. 2 things that I want you to do. Okay. I want you to go on their website, okay, teachingtextbooks.com, and I want you to do the trial. Go through it and do the trial. See if it's something that your child may or may not be interested in, okay? And then if you decide to sign up for the free trial, go to their comments and say, Sean, the homeschool guru, sent me over here, right? Give me some type of credit so they know that I'm speaking of them, talking well of them, all that good stuff. But y'all, I'm not gonna lie, this has helped me tremendously. I do love, love, love Learn Math Fast books. Teaching textbooks has risen to the occasion as well, and now I love them as well. And so I've given you an inside look. I'm going to leave this video up. I probably will replay it later on today or early tomorrow morning. If you have any questions, you think of anything like that, put it in the comments. I will do my best to respond to the comments. I'm not going to lie to you, y'all. Comments get crazy. Between all of the platforms, they get really crazy. Instagram is busy. Facebook is busy. Then TikTok is going off the chain. Twitter, not so much. But I will do my best to answer your question as far as that's concerned. But I have given you a complete inside look of teaching textbooks. We will finish our enrollment before we move on to the next thing. And we will go from there. I'm not going to lie. I am pleasantly surprised with teaching textbooks. And one of the main things is the cost. I mean, I pay one fee, I'm good. And so even with all 3 of my kids paying, let's just say I paid $160 for all 3 of them. That's all I paid for math for the year. And then I got free tutoring on top of that. And so that was a blessing for me. That was great. And so even now with this year coming up, because Ayana is going to college, I won't have to plan that. I won't have to pay that. I'll have to pay something else. but I won't have to pay that. So with the boys, it's still going to be now, right around that $100 mark for them to have math for the entire year. And so, listen, I am glad that y'all joined me. Do me a favor before we go. Okay. Do me a favor. Share, like, hearts, do whatever you need to do, because those simple things bless me tremendously. You have no idea how much it does. But they bless me. They bless me a lot. Okay. I'm going to jump off of here. I will try again to come live again. We're going to talk about Homeschool Manager, who is also an official sponsor for the conference. You guys have seen me go live about Homeschool Manager and how dope it is. I've shown y'all several times, but I want to do that as well. Thank y'all so much for the thumbs up and the hearts. I appreciate you. Hey, Joanne. Thank you so much, Caitlin. I appreciate it. Hey, Kiki. Hey, Tanisha. Thank y'all so much for the hearts and the thumbs up. I appreciate it. So I will try to go back again. You're probably going to see me a lot in the next week or so, trying to get you guys ready for this conference and all of the stuff that you can look in. Hey, Jada. Jada, you're a blessing to me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So I will be going live, posting a lot, trying to get geared up and ready for this conference, get you guys in there. If you haven't signed up, do me a favor, go to the website, Tailor Made Homeschooling. Okay. There's a box that says be the first to know. Okay. Fill that out, because when the tickets go on sale this weekend, you will be the first to know, literally. And on top of you being the first to know, there's going to be some more information that will be given to you. And I promise you don't want to miss it. Just that be the first to know is going to be a blessing in itself. Go to the website, sign up. On Saturday, there will be some things coming out. By Sunday, the tickets will be on sale and ready to roll. We'll be ready to go. We've got, again, official sponsor. We've got Teaching Textbooks is official sponsor. We have an official sponsor of Homeschool Manager, and she has done amazing. She's speaking in the actual conference. And then on top of her being an official sponsor, she gave a discount to her program. I'll talk to you guys about that. So she has been amazing and always has been. And then we have Homeschool Spanish is going to be an official sponsor as well. They will be giving away some enrollments for their program, some free classes for their program, more than just one class. So that's amazing. There are all kinds of giveaways that I'll be giving away. Okay, I've got Target, Amazon. Let me start over. Target, Amazon, Walmart, Starbucks, Bath and Body Works, Michael's. There's one more. There's 7 total. DoorDash. Okay. One of the speakers, Nicole Cater, has sponsored a giveaway to DoorDash for a date night for you and your spouse. And so everybody who attends the conference will have the opportunity to win those. And I will say off of the top of my head, look, I'm trying to math on computer, on screen. Hold on. See, I was about to set myself up. Okay, so yeah, just in total, just with the gift cards, I have at least 20 gift cards to give away for the conference, but there's more stuff on top of that that's going to be given away and more gift cards. But me personally, I am giving away 20 gift cards to the attendees of the conference. So go online, go get your information, do whatever you got to do. This conference is for you. One size does not fit all. Listen, we're going to figure this thing out together, okay? All right, y'all, I'm going to jump off of here. You have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful Friday Eve, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all be blessed. Bye, guys.